Kansas State, Michigan State, Xavier, Cincinnati, also honorable mention right there.
Shout out to the Cincinnati.
If anyone's watching, we did think about your rivalry. We welcome in Noah Eagle and Robbie Hummel, who are going to be calling the game tonight at Assembly Hall. Hello, gentlemen. What do you think? Number 2 rivalry of all time. That seems about right.
Ahmed, come on. We're here. We're feeling it. Robbie's played in it. I don't know if we can just sit here and say it's number 2. I know Robbie's a little bit biased, but what does this rivalry mean, especially in the state of Indiana? You know it firsthand.
Well, when you come out here as a player, it just feels different. The crowd is packed an hour and a half before the game. The feeling you get walking out on this floor, or in case of Indiana going to Purdue at Mackey Arena, it does not compare to any other game on your schedule. You think about the great players, the great coaches that have been a part of this rivalry, and you're playing in 2 of the best buildings in all of college basketball in Mackey Arena and Assembly Hall. Special rivalry, and I'm with it. I would be good with saying this is the second best rivalry in all of college basketball.
Yeah, look, it's impossible to top North Carolina. We're not going to try to argue that, but this is an electric atmosphere, and when you've got an electric atmosphere, it helps with electric players. Last week, Purdue fell for the second time this year in Lincoln, and the bounce back was big time, most specifically from their star, Zach Edey.
Yeah, a little bit of a 2-game slump from Zach Edey due to the foul trouble that he found himself in at Nebraska and against Illinois, but he bounced back in a big way. 30 points, 20 rebounds, was dominant against Penn State, lived at the foul line. That's exactly what you expect from the reigning National Player of the Year.
When you've got a star in the front court on one side, and Edey is as giant as they come, not just in stature, but in performance. Robbie mentioned the 30-20 game, 30 points, 20 boards, 10 of 14 from the line. The previous 2 games combined had just 25 and 22. But on the other side, you have to neutralize them, and it's going to start with that front court of freshmen and sophomores for Indiana.
Well, really, their front court is their strength, and you look at some of the youth that they have, but I love the growth of Mackenzie Mbako. Rough start to his Indiana career, but looked at as one of the top recruits in all of the country coming in out of high school. 10 of the last 12 games now in double figures. A career night against Minnesota with 19 points. He's not going to have to do it all on his own, though. Khalil Ware, 3 of the last 4 games, he has recorded a double-double. 31 rebounds in those last 2, coming off 17 and 14 against the Golden Gophers. And Malik Reneau, I think he's one of the most improved players in not just the Big Ten, but in the entire country. 6 straight games in double figures, averaging 20 and 7 over that stretch. He and Khalil Ware have tremendous chemistry. It's going to be really difficult for Purdue to post-trap either of those guys tonight.
Guys, we know weird things happen in rivalries. We know weird things happen in this building. The in-state rivalry is real. The energy is palpable, and we're excited for it, Ahmed.
We're all about weird things happening in this one. Robbie, real quick, before I let you go. Oh, I was going to ask him if he knew what his record was in the rivalry.
I guarantee he knows it.
He's 2-3.
That's pretty good.
That's why he didn't want to talk about it.
He knows it.
How do you slow down Zach Edey? They talked about it a little bit. Can Indiana do it? The anatomy of how you might try coming up next.
On a frigid night in Bloomington, let's renew one of the best rivalries in college basketball history. From Assembly Hall, it's the 218th all-time meeting between Purdue and Indiana. The Boilermakers, number 2 in the country. The Hoosiers, 9-1 at home. And this place is electric as we get set. Mike Woodson, 3-1 against Purdue, now in his 3rd season as the head coach at his alma mater, hoping to improve to 13-5 on the season. Matt Painter at his alma mater in his 19th season at Purdue, 4th most wins in Big Ten history at 428 and 200. What a remarkable career for him. Zach Edey and Khalil Ware, the 2 stars, will greet each other at the center court, and we are set for some elite Indiana basketball. Noah Eagle, Robbie Hummel, Caroline Pineda. Glad to have you along for the ride. Our officials, DJ Carsonson, Doug Sermons, Kip Kissinger, and we are all set and underway from Assembly Hall.